Hello and welcome to Traffic Talks. My name is Pyro and I talk about what's going on in my life, usually with a lesson I've learned, some tips and tricks you can follow that helped me, and a lot of laughs in each episode. If this sounds like something you would enjoy hearing, feel free to follow the podcast, subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and to see what I'm up to, you can check out my Instagram page linked below. Bye! Hello and welcome back to the podcast. It is the third episode for the year and the second episode of the planning for January. As you can see, Wednesdays is officially the new upload day just because it makes things easier for me, but also I just have not been living my best life. This load shedding stage 6 has been slaying me, and not in the Christmas sense, in the I am so exhausted because of it. It's frantic running around getting things when the lights are on, moving things to a time when you can do it when the lights are off. Like, I'm literally waiting for the lights to go off now while I record because I don't need any specialized equipment to be plugged into a wall and constantly have electricity in order to do this, which is, thank the Lord, because honestly, but that aside, it is such an ironic thing that I'm talking about planning and prepping when I've had to plan and prep so hard the last few days just to get some semblance of sanity and routine, which is essentially what this episode is about. So yeah, let's hop on in. So the way I generally enjoy starting a year is basically preparing for this new year over the span of a few days. What I first like to do is clean what I have. So I like to just grab everything, give it a quick clean, and throw everything that needs to be decluttered in one spot. So if it's clothing, throw it on a pile. If it's everything on my desk, smush it together and then sort through it and get it done. And then once everything has some order to it, make a plan of attack for the forthcoming year. By that I mean I have a pile of receipts I need to log just because the last few days of the end of last year was really, really hectic with vet bills and going out and running around for things on the last minute. It was hectic. So I have receipts from the vet I need to deal with, receipts from when I went out with my friends, grocery shopping, snack shopping for the picnic, things I bought at Kirstenbosch for the event. Like things like that, I just need to log and get out of my way. So things like that small niggly things that just itch the back of your brain, those types of things. Like I know when I sit in the evenings, I log a few receipts, I write a few things down, I journal it out. That gets done eventually, slowly but surely. The rest of the big picture things, those need a plan of attack. So write down what you need to do, or even future things you want to do. Plan it out, and then if you are someone who uses Google Calendar like myself, schedule it in to your weekend like it's a must-do task. Or schedule it like it's an appointment that you're gonna have to do. That's the only way you're gonna get it done. I know for a fact, if I write things down, I'm definitely gonna get it done. Or at least there's a higher chance of me getting it done versus me just putting it in a reminder or just being like, oh yeah, I need to remember to do that. Like that does not work. I need to make it strict. So that is just the brief overview of how I prepare for the year. The next thing I do is figure out my goals. So like last week's episode, I go through those points and I figure it out. Like what exactly do I want to do? And for me, my main focus this year is my health. Like physical health, my emotional health, and my career, which essentially affects my finances. So those 4 are basically my 4 main goals for the year. And the thing is, you don't just make the goal and tick it off. Like that is not the way I go about it. So for my 4 goals, I'm going to focus on getting healthier because that is my main mental hurdle that I need to deal with. It's not about looking a certain way, it's about feeling a certain way. I don't want to feel winded when I go up a flight of stairs. I want to feel no real difference when I walk up a flight of stairs. I don't want to be exhausted. I don't want to be like, okay, give me a sec. Like, I don't want that. Like, that is not where I want to be. So physical fitness is a thing. Emotional health, that is something I really need to double down on, especially because of all the grief. When I should have been in a euphoric state, I was not. I was crying on New Year's Eve, not fun, the day after as well, and a couple of days ago too. So I have been crying tears of sadness, not tears of joy, and that is affecting me not in a good way, especially with all the fun things coming up, like my birthday, like Valentine's Day, like payday. I need to sort that out. Career and finances, I do feel go hand in hand. And like I mentioned last week, I want to find a career I'm passionate about, but also something that's going to make me the money I want. Because it's a want. Like, I want a good amount of money for the things that I want. So yeah, those are my 4 main goals. And the way I break them down is in levels. So what I do is I have a 3-month span where I work on my goals, and then I do a solid check-in and reevaluate. For physical fitness, I want to drink more water, exercise consistently to build up a good habit, and then be able to self-assess whether or not I am actually improving my physical fitness or not. That is how I do that. For my emotional health, I will know, am I feeling better? Am I having more good days than bad? And that is because I'm going to start going to therapy. I'm going to start doubling down on my journaling. I'm going to be more active and proactive about my emotional health and not just rely on whether others are saying, oh, you're being moody, or, oh, why are you so sad? Why are you so miserable? Why do you have that attitude? I shouldn't be relying on others to engage me in order to understand my emotional state. I need to own that. So that is what I'm going to do. And it's one of those arbitrary things that can sort of kind of be measured, but it's more of a self-assessment where you know, like, okay, I'm doing good, or no, I'm not. That is one I'm not looking forward to working on, but I know it's definitely one of the most important ones. My career is one that I'm dreading because I'm in a bad comfort zone. And by a bad comfort zone, I mean I'm too comfortable. Like, not in a good way. I love all the perks, but they are keeping me in a bad place. So I want to get out of it. And my first thing is literally just career assessments. What do I actually want to do? And that is the hard part for me, because I feel I can just jump into a lot of things and just do it and get it done and figure it out as I go along. And then there's another part of me that's like, why not find something that you know you'll stick to? Because I do love studying. I wouldn't mind studying for it or doing a course on it or something. I still don't know exactly what I want to do as a career. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because the world has moved in such a nice direction where you don't have to be like your parents' generation, where you have a trade at 18, you have a girlfriend at 19, you get married and have a child at 21, 22, or you have a house by the time you're 20. Like, that's not the way the world works anymore, and I'm very grateful for that. Career-wise, not sure, but I do know for the first 3 months of focusing on goals, I'm definitely going to deep dive and assess what I want to do, and even potentially start a course. So you can wish me luck on that. And then for my finances, I need to overhaul my budget. And finances, I think, is the simplest one to plan out and track and just keep a lid on, because breaking them down is easy. You say what you want, how you want to spend, how you want to save, how you want to invest in yourself or in other things, and you basically just write it out, and you make sure you automate savings, and you just check in when you need. That is the basic concept of this entire thing. Take your goal, break it down, make actionable steps. And for me, I am grateful I give myself time to break it down, because I only start tackling them in earnest in March. We in January, there's still the whole of February, and in March I actually start. Like, the gun only goes off then. Because I've explained this, I will summarize once again. December, January, and February are my party months. December is just holidays and Christmas and all the fun stuff. January is everyone's broke, everyone's just lazing about, it's nice and hot. February is Valentine's and my birthday month, so I'm not working on anything really. From March until November is 9 months. I break them down into 3-month segments and check in every 3 months on whether or not I actually really want these goals and if they have been worth it to actually tackle. And I think this year is a good year because I'm actually laser focused on these particular goals. I did say in the last episode that there are 12 areas and they kind of work in a circle, but like I'm just focusing on these 4. And if you even want to just dumb it down and focus on one single aspect, do that. I could easily say I'm tackling each one per 3 months and maybe joining career and finances because it's so easy. It could be that simple. But for me, I like working on it simultaneously because I feel they all interlink. Your physical health affects your mental health, affects your emotional health, affects your performance at work, affects your finances. Because sometimes we do have money triggers. For example, if you're feeling bad, you're going to want to spend money to make yourself feel good, which is not the greatest thing for your budget, for yourself, for your mental health, because then you beat yourself up. And that's a whole other vicious cycle. But it's up to you. I just prefer doing it this way. And to start it off in March is also a good thing, especially for finances, because that is when the new financial year starts. So I like to do a financial reset and just check in with everything then, and then go from there for the next 3 months. I will give you a full update and breakdown then. But that is just how I plan my goals and how I break them down. Another thing about this is it's about building the life you want and the lifestyle and habits you want to do on a daily basis or on a weekly basis or on a monthly basis, however you want to check in with yourself. It's more than just ticking off an item and saying, yep, I did that thing. That is a bucket list. That is a list of wants. That is not a goal. Goals should lead to bigger things. Being fit is a lifestyle. That's why I say it's about changing what you do, not trying to reach an aesthetic goal, not trying to reach a certain weight, not trying to fit into a mold someone else made. That is not what this is. This is living your best life for you. This is not about me making it known, oh, I want to do this and this and this. That's not what it's about. It's about figuring out what you want for yourself and taking small steps to achieve it. And that starts by building the habits so that it can become part of your lifestyle. A lot of people freaking Eskom. Sorry, lights just went out. Habit building. There we go. Building habits is not a new concept, but it's something that's not practiced very often. Some people just know what they do, they just don't do it. And that's kind of where building habits come in. If you can build one habit, you can build them all. Because the thing is, if you can find one habit you do consistently every single day, you can stack another habit on top of that one. So if every single day you get up, you go to the bathroom, you brush your teeth, you add washing your face after you brush your teeth. Simple. Done. Sorted. After you get into the habit of that, you can add washing your face and then doing some form of skincare if you aren't already. Building things like that step by step is going to make sure you get to where you need to go. And that's why I firmly advocate for figuring out how you want to live and working towards that versus trying to copy and paste some aesthetic. Because as much as we don't live in the golden age of our parents, where things were done on a trade and who you knew and everything was much simpler, we do live in a world where instant gratification is a thing. You need groceries, you can order it and it can be delivered in an hour. You want food, you can Uber Eats it, it's delivered ASAP. You need to go somewhere, you don't even need to drive, you can just get a lift, call a Uber, carpool with friends, get someone to drive you. It's so the norm to get things instantly. I mean, even just thinking of buying something you need that's a big item. You just go online, you find it, you have it delivered, you don't even have to leave your bed. So anything that's easy won't be worth it, and anything that's worth it isn't easy. But either way, it's going to take time, and that's the crux of the matter. It's going to take time. This is not instant gratification. If you want instant gratification, it's going to take you a lot of money and you won't be happy. Because the thing is, as you build it up, a mental shift happens. And that mental shift is going to affect you so much, you won't even believe the person you used to be compared to the person you are afterwards and in the now. Because if I look back, and I've said this, I look back at myself years ago, and I'm just like, what? This was you? Why? Why are you like this? And I think everyone can relate to that, because you grow and you become a better person, which is what I say in every podcast. Be a better being. Get better, be better, do better. Because why not? That is it for this episode. The song of the week is I Feel Good by Pitbull and Zach Noel. I don't know why, but the moment that song comes on, it's just a party. And I think that is exactly what the beginning of the year and a fresh start and cleaning out the old should be. It should make you feel good. So put this song on, clean up what you need to do, and get clear on your goals. Like, this is that jam. So yeah, that is it from me. I will see you in next week's episode on Wednesday. I'm very excited for that one. I know I'm gonna babble, which is probably why I'm trying to keep this one short. But yeah, that's it from me. Keep being a better being, and I will see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.